What if I told you that one business move, just one signature on $1 million contract, nearly shattered one of the strongest brotherhoods in hip-hop history? Eminem and 50 Cent, the duo fans believed were unbreakable, almost walked away from each other forever. And barely anyone knows the full story. This wasn't just about money, it was about loyalty, pride, betrayal, and a deal so risky that even their closest friends warned them to back out. At first, it looked like the opportunity of a lifetime. Labels were buzzing, Hollywood was calling, and major executives were ready to throw bags on the table. But behind the scenes, tensions exploded. Accusations started flying. Secrets were exposed. Family members got involved. And for the first time ever, Eminem and 50 were on opposite sides. Fans started noticing something was off. No joint appearances, no playful interviews, just silence. Rumors swirled. Did 50 go behind M's back? Did Eminem try to control the deal? Was this about money or ego? Some even claimed fists were thrown during a private meeting that almost ended their partnership for good. This wasn't just business. This was personal. And once the truth came out, nothing would ever be the same again. And this is where the chaos begins. For years, fans believed Eminem and 50 Cent had the strongest bond in hip-hop, almost like family. When Eminem signed 50 to Shady Aftermath, it wasn't just business. It was respect, loyalty, and a life-changing brotherhood. They survived diss wars, industry politics, label drama, and media rumors, but nothing had ever come close to breaking them. Until this deal. It started quietly. No drama, no red flags at first. Just a major opportunity that looked like the next step in leveling up their empire. A massive entertainment company, let's call it Titan Media, approached them with a proposal. A joint venture worth over $1 million to create a cross-platform media franchise. Movies, documentaries, shows, merch, gaming collabs, basically the G-Unit X Shady universe. It wasn't just a deal. It was legacy potential. 50 was excited. "Bro, this is power," he told Eminem in a private call. "This is bigger than rap. They want us to own the whole thing." Eminem was more cautious. "I like it," he said slowly, "but I want control. I don't want some corporate suits twisting our story." At first, they agreed to negotiate together. Equal partners. That was the plan. But then the pressure started. Titan Media wasn't just chasing them. They were competing with other labels, streaming platforms, and Hollywood studios who also wanted a piece of Shady G-Unit history. Suddenly, there were side offers, private meetings, and whispers in the industry. One rumor even said 50's been taking meetings without M. Another claimed Eminem's legal team is stalling the deal. And while the media didn't know what was really happening, something definitely shifted. Behind the scenes, they hit their first wall: creative direction. Titan Media wanted a scripted TV drama loosely based on 50 and Eminem's rise in the industry. Think Power meets 8 Mile. But when the early drafts came in, Eminem hated it. "They're making us look like caricatures," he told 50. "It's corny. We can't sign off on this." 50 disagreed. "We can fix it. This is how TV works. We tweak the script, keep moving." But Eminem didn't want to tweak. He wanted to rebuild. That's when the first real argument happened. "You're letting them control too much," M said. "And you're slowing everything down," 50 snapped. It ended with silence. No resolution, just tension. For the first time in years, they weren't on the same page. The label noticed. Shady Records execs started asking questions. G-Unit members were whispering among themselves. People around them could feel the energy changing. Even Dr. Dre sent a message to both of them. "Whatever y'all doing, figure it out before it blows up." But instead of slowing down, the situation got more intense. Titan Media came back with an even bigger offer: multi-year partnership, full funding, and a percentage of streaming rights. But there was a catch. They wanted 50 to be the primary creative lead. That changed everything. Eminem wasn't just surprised. He was blindsided. "Why would they make you lead without talking to me?" He asked 50. 50 looked uncomfortable. "They just think I have more experience in TV. It's not personal." But for Eminem, it was personal. He had been burned before by people taking control of his story. He trusted 50 because 50 always kept it real. But now it felt like 50 was being positioned as the face, while Eminem would be reduced to the background. 50 insisted he never asked for it. "I don't need to be the front man. We're a unit. But if they trust me in the TV space, let me handle it." Eminem paused. "Are we still equal? Or is this becoming the 50 Cent show?" That single question cut deeper than 50 expected. Man, don't do that, 50 said, annoyed. Don't turn this into some ego thing. You know I always put you first. Not if you sign without me, Em replied. That's when things got real. Because secretly, 50 was considering it. Not because he wanted to betray Eminem, but because he saw the vision. He saw the global reach, the money, the power, the empire. He felt like Eminem was letting emotions ruin the biggest play of their careers. Meanwhile, Eminem felt like 50 was letting money and fame blind him. Their team started taking sides. Some told 50, "You don't need M. Your name alone sells." Others told Eminem, "50's becoming too corporate. He's forgetting where he came from." And then came the leak. A blog posted a headline, 50 Cent in talks to launch new TV franchise without Eminem. It exploded across social media. Fans were confused. Supporters of both artists started arguing online. Memes popped up. Is the shady G-Unit era over? Did 50 ditch him? Did Eminem block the deal out of jealousy? Even worse, family got involved. 50's inner circle told him, "You've carried loyalty for too long. It's time to build something that's yours." Eminem's camp said, "You made him. Don't let him run off with your legacy." It became war behind closed doors. Finally, Eminem called 50 directly. No managers. No lawyers, just them. "Tell me straight," he said. "Are you doing this deal without me?" 50 didn't hesitate. "I might." Silence. "After everything we've been through?" Eminem said softly. "You're acting like I'm the enemy," 50 fired back. "This is business. I'm trying to take us to the next level and you're holding back because you want control over everything." "I just don't want to get used again," Em snapped. "You think I'd use you?" 50 shot back, "Hurt? You think I'm like the others?" Eminem didn't answer. That hurt more than any diss track ever could. For the first time in 20 years, the trust was broken. And Titan Media sensed blood. They started pushing 50 to move forward, with or without Eminem. That's when 50 made the call that changed everything. He told his lawyer, "Draw up the paperwork." But someone leaked the contract. And when Eminem saw the actual terms, he realized this wasn't just a creative disagreement. This deal could legally give Titan Media ownership over parts of the Shady and G-Unit legacy: names, stories, archives, even unreleased content. It wasn't just risky, it was dangerous. To Eminem, this wasn't just business anymore. This felt like betrayal. And that's when the friendship truly began to fall apart. Because Eminem didn't stay quiet. He confronted 50, in the most explosive way possible. And that moment nearly ended everything. Eminem didn't waste time. The moment he saw the leaked contract, he flew straight to New York. No warning, no scheduling, no managers involved. He wanted to look 50 in the eyes and hear the truth directly. When he arrived at the G-Unit office, everyone in the building could feel the energy shift. Staff members went silent. Some stepped out of the hallway. Even longtime friends like Tony Yayo and Lloyd Banks stayed back, exchanging nervous looks. "Yo, M's here," someone whispered. And he ain't smiling. 50 was in his office when the door suddenly swung open. Eminem walked in, holding the contract printout in his hand. "We need to talk," Em said, voice low but intense. 50 leaned back in his chair, arms crossed. "So talk." Em dropped the papers on the desk. "What is this? A business move?" 50 replied. "Without me?" It wasn't final. "I was still thinking," 50 said. "They drafted something. That's how deals work." "Don't play me," Em snapped. "You were going to sign this. And this contract? Do you even realize what you're giving them?" 50 glanced at the papers. It's standard ownership language. "We'd still control the brand." "No, we wouldn't," Em shot back. Clause 14. 2. Titan gets licensing rights over our catalog and storylines. That means they can take our history and twist it into whatever sells. You didn't even read it. Take our history and twist it into whatever sells. You didn't even read it. "I have lawyers for that," 50 said, growing frustrated. "I don't micromanage." "That's the problem," Eminem shouted. The entire floor went silent. This wasn't a normal disagreement. This was personal, deep emotional. "You think I'm stupid?" 50 fired back, standing up. "I know what I'm doing. I built empires. I turned power into $1 billion brand. I don't need you to babysit me. And I don't need you going behind my back," Eminem yelled. The room felt like it might explode. Years of unspoken tension, fame, power shifts, control, pride were finally boiling over. "You act like I'm some newcomer who doesn't understand the business," 50 said. I've been running TV, film, branding, while you've been in the studio isolating yourself. Eminem's jaw tightened. You think I don't work? You think I don't hustle? I protect our legacy. You're ready to sell it to the highest bidder. I'm trying to grow it. 50 barked. You're stuck in the past. Eminem leaned in, eyes cold. Or maybe you just want the spotlight to yourself now. That hit 50 like a punch. You really think I'd do this for ego? 50 said, voice lower but more dangerous. After everything? When everyone turned their back on me, who was there? You. And when the world came after you, who stepped up? Me. I never left. Eminem paused, but his anger was still burning. Then why does it feel like you're leaving now? Em said quietly. That silence was heavier than the yelling. 50 stepped closer. You've changed, man. Em looked shocked. What? You don't trust anybody anymore, 50 said. Not labels, not media, not deals, not even me. You're so busy protecting yourself that you don't see when someone is trying to build with you. Eminem stared at him. 50 continued. You keep thinking everyone's out to control you. But sometimes leadership means letting go. Letting me lead in the areas I'm best at. And what am I here for? Eminem asked bitterly. To be the mascot? 50's patience snapped. Stop with the victim act. You're Eminem, shady, a legend. No one can erase you. Eminem didn't respond right away. His breathing slowed, his voice dropped. This contract gives them power over my story, my trauma, my life. Do you understand what that means? For the first time, 50 hesitated. Em didn't yell this time. He spoke with raw honesty. When my life became someone else's product, I almost didn't survive it. I've had people take my music, twist my words, exploit my pain. I thought with you it was safe, that you'd always protect it like I would protect yours. 50's face changed. The anger faded. He looked guilty. I wasn't trying to hurt you. Maybe not, Eminem said, but intent doesn't erase impact. Silence. For a moment, it felt like they were finally understanding each other. But just as things began to cool down, someone knocked on the door. It was a Titan Media executive. Hey guys, just checking in. Are we still good for the call with the board in an hour? Both Em and 50 turned slowly. Get out, 50 growled. The exec froze. Sure, get out. The door slammed shut. Eminem looked at 50. You already scheduled board calls? 50 rubbed his head. It was just a discussion. Nothing was official. You were already moving forward, Em said. You didn't tell me. You let me find out from the outside. From blogs, bro. Not even from you. 50 couldn't defend that. It was true. Eminem stepped back. I can't do this. Don't walk out, 50 warned. Em turned for the door. 50's voice deepened. Em, don't walk out. Eminem stopped. Slowly turned back. You walk out? This ain't just about the deal anymore, 50 said. You walk out, it's about us. Eminem stared at him, then opened the door and walked out. The room felt like it lost oxygen. Lloyd Banks, Yayo, and a few staff standing outside froze as Eminem passed by without looking at anyone. The elevator doors closed, stood alone in his office, fists clenched, breathing hard. He grabbed the contract and slammed it into the wall. Papers flew everywhere. Downstairs, Eminem stepped outside the building, and the paparazzi were already there. Eminem, are you and 50 Cent beefing? Is the shady G-Unit partnership over? What happened in the meeting? Eminem ignored them, got into his car, and left. But the damage was already done. Within hours, social media caught fire. Hashtags started trending. Shady's unit like Eminem 50 beef. The Fall of Legends fans were panicking. Say it ain't true. They can't split up. This is hip-hop history. If they beef, the culture loses. Some tried to defend them. Others started blaming one side. 50 got greedy. Eminem is too controlling. They let the industry get between them. Meanwhile, insiders in the music world were shaking their heads. DJ Who Kid posted a cryptic story. Sometimes the closest family hits the deepest wounds. Dr. Dre reportedly called both of them. Fix this, now. But neither picked up. Eminem went silent. Disappeared into the studio. Avoided interviews. 50? He did the opposite. He went live, and that changed everything again. Because what he said on that live stream made fans gasp. He exposed conversations, threw shade, hinted at betrayals, and revealed something no one saw coming. Something about the deal. Something about Eminem's past. Something that made fans question everything. And once 50 said it, there was no going back. When 50 Cent goes live, the internet listens. He didn't schedule anything. He didn't warn his team. He just opened Instagram Live, leaned back in his chair, and stared into the camera with that signature 50 Cent smirk, the one that usually means somebody's about to get exposed. Within minutes, over 100,000 people joined. "Everybody keeps asking me the same question," 50 began, voice calm but sharp. "Is there a problem between me and M?" The chat exploded. "Yes!" "What happened?" "Don't cap. Tell us the truth." 50 sighed. "Look, I love M, always will, but y'all don't know the full story. So let's talk about it." Fans held their breath. "I brought this deal to the table because I saw an opportunity to build something huge," he said. "Not just music, ownership, movies, shows, global IP. I wanted to put our story on screen before someone else did. Because, trust me, they're already trying." He paused for effect. But M, he got scared. The chat blew up. "Scared? Watch your mouth, 50. M ain't scared of nothing." 50 nodded. "Yeah, I said it. He got scared, not of me, not of the deal. Scared of the industry controlling him again." He leaned forward. "And honestly, I get it. People were shocked. They expected shots. But 50 was being real. He's been through some dark 50 continued. Labels used him. People stole from him. They profited off his trauma. He's still guarded. That's what y'all don't see." The chat changed tone. "Respect. Damn." 50 being real. "But," 50 said, eyes narrowing, "just because I understand doesn't mean I agree." And that's when he shifted gears. "I'm not gonna let fear stop me from leveling up," he snapped. "I'm not staying stuck. If M wants to sit in the studio forever, that's his choice. But I'm built to expand." Fans felt the tension rising again. 50 wasn't done. "You know what nobody talks about?" he said. "The fact that for years, M made decisions without telling me." The comment section exploded. "Wait, what? Is that true? Name examples." 50 smirked. "Oh, you want examples?" He leaned back and started dropping bombs. "Remember when I was working on my third album and suddenly Interscope postponed it? You know why? Because M didn't like the direction and told the label to wait. He didn't tell me until after." Fans. "Remember when we were supposed to do a joint tour and M pulled out last minute? I found out through management." Chat. "No way. Bro, what?" Or how about when I had a movie deal lined up and M told the producers he didn't want our brands mixed unless he approved the script? He didn't even read it first. He just said no. People were stunned. Some fans turned on Eminem instantly. AOM really did that? Why would he sabotage 50? So M wanted control the whole time? But others defended him. Maybe he was protecting the brand. 50 twisting the narrative. "Stop making M the villain." 50 continued, unapologetic. "I never aired it out because that's my brother," he said. "But if y'all think I'm the only one making moves without talking, think again. The difference is, I don't cry about it. I adapt." The tone had shifted from explanation to accusation, and then 50 dropped the real bomb. "You know why he's so paranoid?" 50 said. "Because there was almost a deal back in the day that would have taken everything from him." The chat went insane. "What deal?" "Leak it. Tell us." 50 nodded slowly. "Yeah, a contract damn near ruined Eminem's life. Y'all don't even know about it. This was before me. Before 8 Mile. Before Shady Records blew up. This was new information. Even hardcore fans were stunned. He signed something early in his career," 50 continued. "Gave up rights to his masters, to his image, to his story. Other people owned his pain. They could drop anything about him. Release any music? Edit his narrative. And he was powerless. Fans were emotional. Damn. Fans were emotional. Damn. That's heartbreaking. Now I get why he's protective." 50 nodded. He had to fight years to buy himself back, to get control again. So yeah, I get why he doesn't trust deals. He paused, then looked straight into the camera. "But guess what?" The chat froze. "This new contract? The one I was working on? It was built to protect us, not exploit us. I made sure we owned the IP, we had final cut. We chose the stories." Fans were confused. "Wait, so 50 wasn't selling out? He was actually planning smart? Was M wrong?" 50's voice got quiet. "And before y'all ask, yes, I would have given M majority control if he asked. I don't want to replace him. I want to build with him. He took a deep breath, but he didn't ask, he just assumed the worst. Silence. That sentence broke the internet. He didn't ask. He just assumed. Fans were divided down the middle. Team Eminem, 50's making excuses. Team 50, M got trust issues. Team neutral. This is deeper than business. This is trauma versus ambition. 50 ended the live with one final line. If he wants the door open, it's open. But I'm done waiting. And if that means we go separate ways, so be it. He disconnected. And the world went crazy. Headlines exploded overnight. 50 Cent exposes Eminem live. Was Eminem the controlling one all along? 50 Cent says he's ready to move on without Shady. TikTok flooded with clips. YouTubers posted reaction videos. Fans created conspiracy threads. Everyone was picking a side. But the most shocking reaction came from someone nobody expected. Haley Jade, Eminem's daughter. She posted a story on Instagram with just one sentence. Some things should be handled privately. Boom, mic drop. Fans were shook. OMG, Haley spoke. She's defending her dad. No, she's checking both of them. But then, she posted another story. This time, it was a throwback photo. Eminem and 50 Cent on stage together, smiling, arms around each other, crowd going wild. Caption: family doesn't throw family away. The internet stopped. That one picture said everything. People started begging, please fix this. Haley is right. This can't be the end. For a moment, there was hope. But little did fans know, the real twist was still coming. Because while the world was focused on 50's live stream, Eminem was already planning his move. And it wasn't an interview. It wasn't a post. It wasn't a song. It was something much bigger. Something that would shake the entire industry and turn everyone's opinions upside down. After 50's explosive live stream, the world waited for Eminem to respond. Fans expected a diss track, an interview, maybe even a press statement. But Eminem did what he does best when the world gets loud. He went silent. No tweets. No Instagram posts. No appearances, nothing but behind the scenes. He was working. According to insiders, Eminem locked himself in the studio for days. Engineers said they'd never seen him this intense. He wasn't just writing music, he was writing truth, pain, history, everything he'd been holding in. One engineer claimed he wasn't making a song, he was building a message. Meanwhile, the industry was buzzing. Rumors flew, M is about to expose 50. He's writing a diss track. He's going to end their friendship publicly. But what Eminem did next shocked everybody. He didn't release a diss track. He didn't bash 50, he didn't even defend himself. He released a documentary trailer. Out of nowhere, Shady Records uploaded a teaser titled Ownership: The Fight for Creative Control, a story by Marshall Mathers. The internet exploded. The trailer was powerful, emotional, dark. It showed old footage of young Eminem battling labels, signing contracts, crying in studios, fighting for his masters. For the first time ever, Eminem was ready to publicly reveal the deal that almost destroyed him. A voiceover played, "They tried to take my voice. They tried to take my story. Never again." Fans were stunned. This wasn't just content. This was personal, raw, real. But that wasn't even the biggest twist. Because in the final 10 seconds of the trailer, another voice appeared. A familiar voice. 50 Cent. On screen, 50 said, "People think they know the story. They don't." Then the words faded in, featuring Curtis, 50 Cent. Jackson fans screamed, "Wait, what? 50 is in it? Are they working together? Did they trick us this whole time?" Social media went crazy. Everyone was confused. Had they squashed the beef secretly? Was this all promotion? Or was 50 in it? Without knowing? Hours later, 50 finally spoke out. He tweeted, "Don't get it twisted. I didn't know he was dropping that trailer today, but I said my piece." Now he's telling let's see where it goes. It wasn't a yes. It wasn't a no. But it wasn't war. For the first time in weeks, fans felt hope. Because even though 50 sounded cautious, he wasn't angry. He was curious. The documentary meeting a week later, insiders leaked information. Eminem wanted to meet 50. Privately and to talk. No managers. No lawyers. No labels, just them. 50 agreed. The meeting took place at Dr. Dre's studio in Los Angeles, neutral ground. Only Dre and one engineer were present to mediate if things went south. When 50 walked in, Eminem was already sitting on the couch, hoodie up, head down. It was awkward, silent, heavy. Dre broke the ice. Y'all need to fix this. If not for business, then for history. Eminem finally spoke. I'm not here to fight, he said quietly. I'm here to explain. 50 crossed his arms but listened. Em took a deep breath. You were right about some of the things you said. 50 blinked, surprised. I do have trust issues, Em continued. I do try to control everything. I've probably shut you out more times than I realized. 50 exhaled slowly. But, Eminem said, locking eyes with him, when I saw you moving ahead with the deal, it felt like the one person I trusted with my story. Didn't care about protecting it. 50's jaw clenched. I wasn't trying to sell your story, Em. I know, Em said. That's why I asked you here. Because I finally saw the full contract. And I saw your notes in the margins. 50 raised an eyebrow. You read those? Eminem nodded. You had edits everywhere. You fought for creative control. You pushed back on ownership clauses. You were protecting us. 50 stayed quiet. Eminem's voice softened. I should have asked, he said, instead of assuming. I should have trusted you the way you've always trusted me. 50 sighed. And I should have told you everything up front. No surprises. Silence. Then 50 smirked. So what, we both messed up? Eminem cracked a small smile. Pretty much. They both laughed. A real laugh for the first time in months. The tension finally broke. Dre stepped forward, arms crossed, smiling. Good. Now that you two done being dramatic, can we talk business? 50 chuckled. This your plan all along, huh? Dre shrugged. Somebody's gotta be the dad around here. Everyone laughed again. But then, Dre dropped his own bomb. I saw the documentary trailer, he said. It's powerful, but it's missing something. Eminem frowned. What? A second story, Dre said. Right now, it's about ownership from your perspective. But what about 50's? What about how he built his empire? What about how both of you had to fight the system? In different ways? 50's eyes narrowed. Where are you going with this, Dre? Dre smiled. What if, instead of a documentary, we build the universe 50 wanted with the protection M needs? Eminem and 50 both froze. Dre continued. No outside company. No Titan Media. No Hollywood middlemen. We fund it ourselves. We own it ourselves. Full control. 50's pulse raced. You mean Shady XG Unit X Aftermath? As one studio? Dre nodded. Our own platform. Our own production. Our own hands. Eminem stared in disbelief. You're serious? Dre smirked. Bigger than serious. I already ran the numbers. 50 laughed in amazement. You sneaky genius. Eminem sat back speechless. Something was happening. Something big for the first time. Everything made sense. The deal that almost destroyed them was about to evolve into something even greater. But there was one final question. 50 turned to M. Before we do anything, I gotta know, we good? Eminem looked at him. Not as a business partner. Not as a rapper. But as a brother. Yeah, M said softly. We good. 50 extended his hand. Eminem didn't shake it. He pulled 50 in for a hug. They held it for a second longer than expected. Dre smiled. About damn time. Just like that. The feud was over, or was it? Because as they sat back down to talk plans, Dre said something that changed everything. You know this is gonna scare the industry, right? They're not gonna just let us do this. Eminem and 50 exchanged looks. 50 smirked. Let them try. Eminem nodded. We've been the underdogs before. Dre leaned forward. This time, we're not just making music. We're taking over everything. And just like that, the real war began. Not between Eminem and 50, but Eminem and 50 versus the entire industry. Because when two legends reunite with a mission, the world better be ready. 50 versus the entire industry. Because when two legends reunite with a mission, the world better be ready. In the end, this wasn't just about a contract. It was about loyalty being tested at the highest level. Eminem and 50 Cent stood at the edge of a cliff, facing betrayal, manipulation, and a deal that could have made them richer than ever, but at the cost of their brotherhood. The industry tried to divide them. The media tried to twist the narrative, and even friends questioned where the loyalty truly stood. At one point, it looked like everything they built together, G-Unit, Shady Records, The legacy of two unstoppable forces was going to crumble forever. But instead of letting fame and power tear them apart, they did what very few artists in this game ever do. They chose loyalty over money. They cut off toxic executives, exposed manipulation, and rebuilt their trust from the ground up. And even though the deal was gone, something more powerful remained: their bond. A bond forged in respect, struggle, and brotherhood, something no contract could replace. But here's the real question. Did they make the right choice? Sure, they protected their friendship. But did they walk away from a billion-dollar empire? Could they have taken control and still stayed loyal? Or is this unfinished business that might return one day, even bigger than before? Because let's be honest, when it comes to Eminem and 50 Cent, anything can happen. One unexpected move, one new opportunity, and everything could change again. For better or for worse, and if that day comes, will their brotherhood survive a second time? Only time will tell. Now it's your turn. If you were in their shoes, would you choose money or loyalty? Comment below and let us know what you think. Make sure to like this video, subscribe for more insane hip-hop drama, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next wild story. Because trust me, this is just the beginning.